FX Morning Mayhem podcast is an essential listen for currency traders. Each episode covers a curated watch list of key currency pairs alongside insightful market observations. It highlights crucial daily news events that could influence the market, ensuring traders are well informed. Additionally, the podcast offers valuable trading strategy tips, catering to both new and experienced traders in the Forex market. This podcast is for educational purposes only. None of this info should be construed as investment advice. To see the trades called out live for free on our Slack channel, click the link in the description or scan the QR code to join the trade faction. If you find this podcast valuable, please follow and share with a friend. And now, on with the show. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, January 30th, 2025. And you're listening to FX Morning Mayhem, your go-to podcast for the latest updates in finance and global markets. We've got a lot to cover today in the daily market briefing. Let's dive right in. In today's headlines, global markets are showing mixed signals as we navigate through a complex economic landscape. The Asia-Pacific region is experiencing varied stock performances, influenced by ongoing regional closures and the recent choppy trading sessions in the United States. Turning to the tech sector, we're seeing divergent results from the so-called Magnificent Seven companies. Meta shares are up 2.3%. Tesla has gained 4.1%, while Microsoft has dipped 4.6%, following their latest earnings reports. The Federal Reserve's recent policy decision has been a focal point for investors. While rates were held steady at 4.25 to 4.50% as anticipated, initial market reaction was hawkish due to changes in the Fed's statement regarding inflation progress. However, Fed Chair Powell's subsequent clarifications during the Q&A session led to a more dovish interpretation. In political news, President Trump has criticized the Fed's approach to inflation, proposing his own strategy focused on energy production, deregulation, and boosting domestic manufacturing. Looking ahead, we have a busy economic calendar with key data releases including GDP figures, inflation metrics, and central bank decisions from the ECB and SARB. Additionally, several major corporations are set to report earnings in the coming days. That wraps up today's market preview. Stay tuned for a currency market update with Bill and Dave up next. Thanks for listening to FX Morning Mayhem podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review if you found this helpful.
Let's start with the instruments. Here's the Australian New Zealand dollar, and we are in a downtrend, and we are in the zone, and we were looking for shorts and found one. I'm in that one right now, and it's profitable. I'm hoping to see this through to the end, and looking good so far. All right, next up is the Aussie dollar, US dollar. This one is in a slight long trend, but no sweet spot or zone. So we're going to skip that one. The Euro CAD, long wave phase, but slightly overbought. So we're going to ignore that for now. Pound Canadian dollar, same thing. Long trend, pretty way over bought there, so ignoring that, not in the zone. Here's a good one that's actually in an uptrend in the zone, looking for longs, so waiting for a sweet spot to form here. So we'll mark that one as pay attention to it. And then poor dollar, Swiss Franc, uptrend in the zone, looking for longs, so waiting for a sweet spot on that one. We'll mark that one too. And then here's my leftover from yesterday, which I'm actually profitable on, but I'm just I waterfalled this twice. So I'm profitable. I'm letting the last part of it run to see if I can make any money on and like really kill it on this one. But this one, long trend, inception zone, got in originally there, then I got in another time there, then I got in another time here. 3 times I was in this. I'm still in my original position that I started. But like I said, the other 2 positions put me in a profit. So this is all gravy for me. So we'll see if that goes anywhere at all. US dollar, Swiss franc. This is in a downtrend. We are in the zone, so we're looking for shorts. And we just need a sweet spot to form right there. Okay, that's it for the forecast. Dave, where do you think everybody spends their money these days?
At the grocery store.
You're right. Housing, transportation, and food are the 3 largest consumers of individuals' income, with housing and transportation consuming nearly 50%.
Man, that's just horrible.
Annual average food costs they're saying is $10,000. Let's try and do the math on that to see if that was right, just using my own calculations on that. I think that's pretty close. Healthcare was about 6,000 a year. They're saying education was getting really expensive too, which I would probably agree with. But I haven't had to pay for college for a few years now because I got my last one out. Yeah, I'm glad that's over. That was painful. Household debt reached $15 trillion. Credit card debt topped $1 trillion. The average income is about 100,000. That's weird. I actually believe that, but at the same time, it's like, man, when I was 19, if you made that much money, you were a bajillionaire. And now, like, if you don't make that much money, you can't afford an apartment, you know?
Yeah, it's really sad. And in a lot of places in the United States, that is not even the norm. That's the average. That's taking into account East Coast and West Coast.
Yeah, I'm thinking of my one son who lives in the city. I think he's paying 1,800 a month for his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like that used to be my mortgage payment. So
Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't understand the housing market it is so obscene right now. It's not even funny. Even raw land. I was just looking for like 5 acres someplace. It's insane. That they're paying some places are trying to get like 50,000 an acre.
I was looking for apartments a
Yeah.
little while ago, and after going and visiting what I would call 2 ghettos, I just decided to invest in REITs instead. It just wasn't, I can get almost the same amount of passive revenue without having to worry about drug dealers in the hallway. So that was a bizarre experience, bizarre life experience. Anyway, they're saying housing is up 12%, food's up 20%. That I totally agree. That is just what's just crushing me. Like every time I go to the grocery store, no matter what I can buy like 5 things. It's $100.
I know.
It's just crazy.
So
Healthcare is up. I'm aware of that only because I just had my eyeballs fixed. And they expect healthcare to go up another 8% this year. And then, of course, prescription drugs are very expensive. Man, I don't know. It's really expensive being a human, isn't it, Dave?
yeah, it's just like over the last 4 years, it's just been killing. Honestly, just draining my soul on some of this stuff. So
Me too. I keep threatening my kids that I'm going to like move to Thailand where it's super cheap and screw all you guys. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, that's a tough one, man. Especially, I really feel for these kids trying to get a house
Oh yeah.
or anything like that.
Right. Oh yeah. My youngest just bought a truck, 40 grand. I'm like, 40 grand. That's half of what I paid for my first house.
It must have been a used truck.
No, brand new. He put 20 down. He's a good saver. So
Wasn't one of the big three, right?
it was a Chevy Colorado.
Really?
Yeah. And they wanted to give it to him. They were dying to sell it to him.
Interesting.
You
That
know,
price has really come down. Yeah, when I looked at trucks, they're at 60 to 75,000.
he went to Indiana. They had them. It was like last year's model or some shit.
Okay, cool.
Oh, but they were like tripping over themselves to sell him that truck. They threw in all this free shit.
They got last year's models with a ton of them. So yeah,
All right.
I don't know.
All right, man.
All righty.
We'll end on that cheery note. I'll see you tomorrow.